Hi, do you remember me? I'm Eva Capson. I got a little older again, so you can see what I look like still. And I was at school, remember, at Weezer, Idaho. Remember, I lived there at that school. And so I went to school for a year, and I came home for summer, 'cause we came home for summer. And then I didn't go back to school again. I stayed home. My mom asked me to stay home and help her because my parents had that farm and they lost everything. They lost all of it. And so my mom was working. She had a job. And she said, Eva, can you just stay home and help me take care of the house? We still have some kids at home and stuff. And then there was a lot of work. I said, yeah, I can stay home. And so that fall, when school started, I just stayed home. I didn't go to school. And I helped my mom around the house, my little brothers and sister, Clara. And there was a lady just lived nearby, and she worked with my mom. They worked at the same place. And she had a little baby, and she asked if I could just come and take care of her little baby and give it a bath and get it dressed and diaper change and everything like that, and just take care of her baby so she could go to work. So I did, and I never got paid for that. I guess that was my free service. And there was also another gentleman in town, and he just lived across the street from us, and he asked if I could just wash his laundry for him, because he doesn't have a washing. No, not many people have a washing machine, and we don't either. You get a kind of a big tub, and you get some water, and then you wash your clothes in there. Wash your clothes, and so that's there. We washed our clothes, and I just washed his to help him out, and I didn't get paid for that either. That would have been nice too, but oh well, that was my year for free service, I guess. But anyway, and if you remember my little sister, Clara, I've got two little brothers, Glenn and Lee, and my little sister, Clara, and one more sister, Myrtle, is younger than me. So we were all at home, and Clara was about 7 years old that year, and that's what she looks like. That's her. And she and I wrote our mom a letter. Our mom hurt her leg, and so she was away from home for a little while. So I wrote a letter just kind of talking about at home, and it was in 1934. And then at the end of that letter, Clara just wrote a little letter to her just for the rest of it. And so that's her writing. That's me writing. And I said, Dear Mama, how is your leg? I am not sick anymore. I could come down and see you. Eva made me a dress, and Dad said it was a petticoat. What? I got some new shoes. Dad bought me those new shoes. They're white. Let me just show you something real quick. That's a picture of my dad holding me and some of our aunt and uncle. See, I'm a cute little baby. Oh, I'm so cute. That's a picture of my dad holding me. Okay, you just need some cute right there, so I put that in. All right, and I got some new shoes, and I hope you will get better so you can come home. And I said, my thumb is coming off from writing this letter. That means I'm tired of writing. This is a long letter. And I said, Mama, my honey bunch, Clara, that's my name. And I said, I took Holly away from Eva. Yeah, I remember that guy, Holly. He's still around. He still likes me. And we were just kind of playing around. Anyway, just for fun. Well, so when I was at home, and one day, it was in December that year, Clara came home from school sick, and it was for Christmas vacation. She came home and was sick, and we found it was a scarlet fever. That's not a good thing to be sick with, and so we put her in bed, and we just kind of decided we'll take care of her, and all of us did. My dad and we all did what we could for her, and there's not a whole lot you can do for the scarlet fever. You just kind of got to let it do its thing, but she was very sick, and we were kind of worried about her. And then Holly was also there. He came over just that first night when he heard she was sick, and she asked him if he would sing for her, because he, by the way, has a very nice singing voice, just so you know. And I think he was kind of shy with all the rest of the family there. And he didn't sing, but he has a very nice singing voice. And so we were kind of worried about Claire, and it was just a couple more days, and she just was very sick. And I remember one night I was laying there in bed with her and trying to help her feel better, and she just looked at me and said, "Eva, I'm not scared." And I said, "I know, it'll be all right. You'll be okay." And Clara died. She died on Christmas Eve. That evening, she died, and we were so sad. We just loved Clara so much, and gosh, we were going to miss her. She was the youngest of 12 children, and we were hoping she'd get better, but she didn't. And Christmas it's never been the same, you know. We were, oh gosh, we're gonna miss Clara. And we couldn't even go to the funeral. We had because we were in quarantine because it was a scarlet fever, and so just my parents went, and I got Clara's hair all ready to be pretty, and she always had in cute little ringlets and little rings in her hair, and I did her hair for her that last time, and we went away to the funeral. And bye, Clara. We will sure miss you. We will really miss you. Well, I also had another friend. Her name is Sylvia, and remember, Zeta is the one I went to school with. And Sylvia, I made a friend with her, and she actually lived with us for a little while, and I was glad to have a friend. But she lived with us, and she worked also, and she would and her boyfriend was one of Holly's friends, and so Holly and I and Sylvia and her boyfriend Ed would go on dates, and we would go to dances, and we loved to go into dances. We enjoyed those, and we go to church activities and stuff like that. And it was sure good to have a friend. And Holly eventually and his friends, a couple of his friends, they'd signed up to go to the army. They wanted to go to the army, and because we were there was a war in Europe. There was a big war in Europe, and we wanted to be ready for it. And his mom, Holly's mom, her name's Tressa. She's really nice, and she has she apparently because she knew Holly liked me, and there was a couple times because we would date, and then I would date some other guys and stuff, and when I would go date some other guys, I guess Tressa called my mom a few times, yeah, on the phone, that's a phone, and said, "Holly is just moping around the house. Could you have Eva call him and just talk to him, please?" And so I did. He really liked me. And when he joined the army, his mom was worried because might have to go to war, and so she said, "Eva, could you just talk him out of it? Maybe just talk to him. Just ask him maybe not to join the army. I'm worried about him." And so I did. I said, I just asked him, maybe don't join the army, Holly. His friends did, and they went off to training, and Holly joined the National Guard. He ended up. He listened to me, and he joined the National Guard, and I was glad. It's good to have friends. It really is.